Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of On Point in West Point. This is episode 14 and we are on day 3. I'm Reki and this is Emily in the car here, and we are just getting ready to build our wall around the back of the building here to create a bit of a storage area. And this is going to get us a lot of experience because we're going to have to build the wall. Then we're going to have to face the wall. Then we're going to have to build the floor. Then we're going to have to build stairs so we can get up to the roof. And then we're going to have to build a roof. All right, so the first thing we need is we need to make sure that we have a hammer in our inventory. I don't want this ball peen hammer. I want a regular hammer. We don't need the saw, so let's put that in our backpack for now. And we also want to make sure that we have planks. As many as we can carry. And this endeavor will cause your character to be in pain and unhappy. So you want to make sure that your area is clear before you start this, because as you can see, she's already got a broken bone icon and she's unhappy. She's overloaded, so she's not going to be able to fight effectively. Also, you want to be careful because the noise will attract zombies. And what I forgot to do is get nails. So she used the nails that she was accidentally carrying, but she didn't have any other nails. So let's run back inside and get some nails. And what I want to do is enclose the whole space before I break through into the interior of the building. Because if it's not complete, I don't want an open door that zombies can just go in and out of. Alright, where are the nails? There we go. So let's grab a couple of boxes of nails. Oh, it's not going to let me grab a couple boxes of nails. She probably doesn't have the weight allowance or the room for it. Alright. While we're in here, let's get her some water because she's clearly thirsty. And let's get her a couple of cookies, because that'll help her mood. Sweets tend to help their mood, which is why you'll notice that I grab candy and stuff a lot. They're also good grab and go food, so you can throw them in a glove box of a car or vehicle. There are a lot of calories, so your character won't die. Obviously not much in the way of nutrition, but alright, let's pick these guys back up again and continue on with this endeavor. You should, for the most part, be able to get most structures done in a single day. And unfortunately, I'd love to fast forward through this part, but I will lose the carpentry outline if I do. So it's just a bit more effective if y'all can bear with me while I move my way around. And I usually like to make this storeroom, 3 or 4 long. And I'm making it 3, but I may find that I might have to kick this back wall out simply because stairs may not fit. We'll just have to see how that goes. Alright, so we need more planks. And did we grab all the planks out of the car? We did. Alright, so it's time to grab the planks from the ground here. Another good trick is to leave your wood laying where you're going to be working. So, for example, if I'm working back here, I should have cut this forest and then collected it all from here because it's a much shorter trip than it is to grab it from out front. But the reason I cut the little clump of forest out front was to clear line of sight in that direction. One of the most important things that you want to do is give zombies nowhere to go and give you plenty of warning if they're coming to you. So clearing land around you becomes relatively important early on. Later on, you're not going to have as much time to do it, so you really want to do it as swiftly as possible, and you want to keep the zombie population as under control in the beginning as possible, because it's going to swiftly get out of your hands. Alright, we are now out of planks, so what we're going to do is we're going to drive around to where we left those other planks, and we're going to pick them up. And if you are careful and you park your vehicle right, practically on top of your wood, whether it's your logs or your planks, like that, then you can drag your wood to the trunk, and it saves you a whole bunch of running back and forth and running around. We still had too much for the car. It's amazing. These car trunks are so small. Alright. And that didn't take very long at all, as opposed to running the wood back and forth and running it back and forth. And then you can also do it in the reverse. So you can come here, and this may not work if your inventory is full. Oh, it will. But see how I just put it all on the ground there? So perfect. Okay. I'm gonna move the car out of the way because now it's in the way. And actually, you know what? Let's just grab these last few planks because we're gonna need them anyways. You use a lot of wood when you're building structures. I believe it's 6 planks for a wall with level 3 facing. It's 1 plank per floor tile. And it's 1 plank per roof tile. So all of that amounts to a large amount of wood all by itself. And then of course, in order to get onto your roof, you have to build stairs, and the stairs take either 12 or 15 planks. Not sure if I'm remembering that correctly. Alright. Yeah, I might need to kick this out by 1. I'm going to enclose this right now, although I suspect I'll probably build a garage on here later. But I want to be able to enclose this whole thing and then bust through the wall and put a door in. In order to build a door, a standard door takes 4 planks and 2 hinges and a doorknob, which is one of the reasons you saw me busting down doors all over, because in the beginning, unless you have high metalworking, you can't make hinges or doorknobs. And since my character has a metalworking of 0, she's not in a position to make them yet. Now the hope is that once you get beyond a certain point in your structure, you will actually have gained enough carpentry experience to go back and reface these in better looking planks. I actually have the ability for zombies to damage player construction off, so for me, upgrading them is a purely aesthetic choice. But if you don't actually have that off, then the lower level walls quite obviously have less strength than the higher level walls, and you will find that zombies will break through your defenses much more quickly. So, but still, level 1 defenses are better than no defenses. And while you're building these defenses, you get experience for building them. So it certainly doesn't hurt to do them, even when they're at level 1. Now, once this space is enclosed, I can go ahead and bust out a wall through and put a door in, because it doesn't really matter whether or not there's a roof on it for purposes of having a door here. The only reason we don't want to put a door in until it's enclosed is because then the door is exposed and zombies can break through it. And for some reason, I'm not sure why, player construction doors do not automatically lock like the doors that come with pre-built buildings. So you, a lot of times when you right click on them, you don't get the lock option. You can padlock a door, but then you have to unpadlock it every time you go in and out, and that's kind of a pain. Padlocking is more for multiplayer servers where you've got PvP and other things enabled, and you're trying to prevent people from getting into your stuff, from stealing your goods. And since I'm on a solo game, that doesn't really make any difference. Alright, so we're gonna finish this up. Oh, are we out of nails already? We shouldn't be out of nails. We're out of nails already. Alright. So we're gonna have to run back inside and get more nails. Nails are seriously one of the things you're going to use the most of, and therefore once you start working on your metallurgy, you should never be afraid of creating nails, because they're an easy way to get through your scrap metal. And perhaps after we finish this wall, I'll show you how that works. We went through an entire 100 nails just to make that structure. In case you don't know, I am using E to get in and out from behind this. Once the wall is in place, E will climb them up over the wall. One thing that I have noticed, and the reason why I use walls for fencing as opposed to fences, is because zombies cannot climb over walls. The characters can climb over walls, but zombies cannot. And therefore, that means that at least you don't have to worry about them hopping your wall and getting inside your enclosure. They actually have to break the wall down in order to get through it. Now, I have friends who dislike the fact that walls hinder your line of sight, but I'm going to show you the fix for that once we get the enclosure mostly built. So, alright. Oh, you know what? I might have just locked myself in here, because I'm facing the wrong way. I need to be on the inside facing this way. You have to be able to see the side of the wall that you're destroying. And since I can't, we're going to have to hop this wall and get out here. And while we're at it, let's put the toolbox back in the car. What's it missing? Did I take the hammer out of it again? I did. So the hammer in her inventory has to go in this toolbox. Let's make sure we're focused on the trunk. We put it in the trunk. Let's put these planks in here for now. And these nails. And then we're going to close this up. And we're going to drive around to the front of the vehicle. The front of the building, excuse me. Alright, now, do we have a hammer here? We do. Okay, so we need a hammer. And we probably need a saw. don't know if we have another one. I thought we had more than one saw, and I ran out of room and put them on the shelf here. There's one. We can use this one. I tend to like the other one better, but there's really not any difference between them. We were getting a broadcast. Let's see if we can hear some talk radio while we're working. That'll help keep her boredom down. See? Alright, and I'm going to start disassembling the walls back here. And the reason we're going to do this is because we're not using these restrooms, and they're actually getting in the way of our line of sight. We need a screwdriver. I don't know if we have another screwdriver, though. I want to break that door down, but it's not letting me do it without another screwdriver. Alright, we'll do that later then. Let's see if we can get another radio broadcast. If we can. Alright, we'll just leave the door here for the moment. And we'll bust out the wall. And now we have a... Now see, I thought I was focused on this wall, and she was actually facing this wall, but she broke through this one. And this is the kind of error that I was talking about earlier that you have to be careful of. And it's okay, because we're going to put a door back here anyways. But I do... Do I want to leave this? Yeah, I need to leave this wall here. Let's stand here for a second and get her boredom down. There we go. And what we need is hardware, and we do have some hardware. So let's see if we can figure out where the hardware went. At least I thought we had hardware. We took down all these doors. I mean, I suppose it's possible we took down all these doors and we didn't get any hinges or anything, but that's usually fairly unlikely. Let's go take down this door and this wall. Now we're going to bust through, and that's what I was talking to you about when I said when you take out a side wall, it also takes out the back wall. See how the side wall is gone now, but the back wall is also missing. So anytime you have a wall parallel to a back wall or an exterior wall, you want to be careful because you will remove the exterior wall as well. Let's take this door out. And we still have this door jamb, but it's not going to let us take that out without the sledgehammer. So let's get rid of these walls here. And what we want to do is pick up some planks and nails. We only got one door hinge out of that. That's not going to help much. We need two. And what we want to do here is we want to rebuild this wall. Looks a bit dodgy, but we'll survive. Alright, so that door... Ah, here we go. A door hinge and a doorknob. This is exactly what we need. And do we have any planks? Are we carrying any? I think we used them. Alright, so we need, I think, 4 planks per door. So we'll just grab 4 planks out of our stockpile here. And then we'll head back here and we will put this door back in. Or put this door in, since we don't currently have a door. We need a door frame first. Hit R to rotate it. Now why is it not letting me put in a door frame here? Let's get this door out of the way. We've got a wall on 3 sides. We should be able to put in a door frame. Oh, we're out of nails, that's why. Let's see. Are there any nails on the ground? Nails and door hinges. We will take those. There we go. Alright, let's grab these planks. No. This is what we want. Alright, so we have a doorknob and 2 door hinges, which is all we need. And we're going to put in a door. And we are close to having level 4 carpentry, which is what we need to be able to do level 2 carpentry on these structures. Unfortunately, we're close. We are really close. That means that we need to build some more in order to continue getting our level up. So maybe we should start on... Can we put up some bookshelves in here? Because we certainly need some storage space at the moment. Although I would wager that her bookshelves are not... Oh, she doesn't have the carpentry to make bookshelves yet, so that's not going to work. So definitely walls are the way to go. So we're going to go out here. And we're going to start building the garage section. And she's missing nails again. Put her toolbox in her hand and get some of these things back in it that belong in it. I think the only thing we took out of this was the screwdriver. And then we can put this back in the trunk. You can put all of these back in here. I'll put the hinges in here for the moment too. Let's grab her something to eat and something to drink. She's got the news on, so that's good. Let's give her banana. I try to mix up what they're eating because it prevents their boredom from spiking. Period of weather predicted to start in the early morning. That means that we've got to get as much done today as possible because we cannot actually build during the rain without running the risk of the character getting sick, unless you have outdoorsman. I don't know if I gave this one outdoorsman or not. Cat's eyes, dexterous, fast reader. Yes, I did give her outdoorsman. Outdoorsman means they can ignore weather. If they don't have outdoorsman and they're out in the rain long enough, they will catch a cold. If you don't bring them in and get them warm, put them in dry clothes, dry them off, that sort of thing. But the biggest problem that comes with the weather is that you can't see, and zombies tend to be a little bit more active in the bad weather. They move around a bit more, and your visibility isn't great. Now, the flip side of that is that their visibility is also not great. So that's a plus. And we missed getting this wall out. I'm not sure why. Oh, can I put the saw down? So we'll worry about that later. Alright, well, I'm going to pause the video here, and I'm going to continue on with building some of this exterior structure to get her level up, and then we will meet up with you once she's reached level 4 carpentry in the next episode. Take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.